16. What's going on, folks? Here on Sawtelle Boulevard, Culver City. Decided to come get me something to eat here at this King's Kabob Mediterranean restaurant. My boss is telling me about it. We kind of live on opposite ends of Culver City, so kind of share places we want to go to eat. But as you can see, this place is one of the many walk-up window places that still exist in Los Angeles, and they're obviously very ready for the coronavirus as far as not having to worry about being indoors or whatever. So it's kind of funny because I've passed this place a million times because I always take Sawtelle here when I'm coming to this part of Culver City. But I never noticed this place really here. I'm just like, oh man, I've been going to going to that Jack in the Box there instead, which is, screw that, dude. You're gonna get a better meal here, a mom and pop joint. That's just all there is to it. So, just out here enjoying the day. Kind of got a late start today. I think it's about 5 o'clock or so, 5:30. And decided to come down and get me something to eat here today. Actually been losing some good weight here, about a pound a day or so. I'm still eating quite well, I must say. Got my Cali Muscle Gym Time shirt on, of course. And I got me a new motorcycle armor hoodie from Britain on eBay. This one actually is better than the Milwaukee one I had. Got this one at a bigger size. Sometimes you don't know how stuff's gonna fit you till you get it. So the medium was cool, but it just kind of rode a little too high up on my waist. So I always have to pull it down. This one fits much better. So, and it's even got a nice big back pad on it, whereas the Milwaukee one cost more but didn't have an actual CE rated pad in the back. I just used one I had from another jacket. But so far, I like this. I got the camo. This time I wanted to get the camo because the gray, just regular gray, just from the smog out here, it just gets so dirty so quickly. Like my gray Milwaukee one did. And I found that the Urban Camo actually holds up pretty well, even though it has white on it. It looks pretty good for a long time, even when the white parts get dirty. So definitely a good option for those of you that are looking for a motorcycle hoodie. I actually got a good deal on this one on eBay. It was only, I think, $40, like $46 with with shipping from the UK. So most of the other hoodies on there were much more expensive, like $80, $90 plus $20 some in shipping. But I found that eBay actually has better prices on more of the stealth stuff, whereas Amazon nowadays, they got the stuff, you can get it in 2 days, but they don't necessarily have the best price on a lot of stuff. So they're just kind of relying on the fact that you're a loyal customer on a lot of things. And I found eBay as a much better alternative to get gear for motorcycle riding. It's where I got my my motorcycle boot set. These ones came from Pakistan, and they were less than $100, and they're actually leather, which you can barely even find leather motorcycle shoes here in the United States online for even a couple $100. Getting leather stuff just seems to be impossible, even though there's a leather glut in the United States or in the world. There's more leather on the market than people need, so it should be cheaper, honestly, and easier to find. But if they could sell you some cheap stuff, my food.
Okay, you want a plastic food?
I'm sorry?
Plastic food?
Oh no, thank you. I got stuff at home.
Double bag or you okay?
Oh, just single bag's fine. Yeah.
Thank you very
All right, you
much.
guys have a good day. Thank you.
You too.
So got my shawarma, my lamb swarmer. Go home and eat that. My orange soda to go with it. Gotta have the orange soda. Really got kind of a late start today. Didn't really get out the house till about 5 o'clock almost. But it's a pretty nice day. It's our nice, beautiful fall weather that we get here in Southern California. It's just probably one of the most amazing times. Actually got a flat on this thing. Freaking the rear tire came off the bead Thursday. I had to limp this thing home. Luckily, I'm a Michigander and I can do stuff like limp a motorcycle home with a flat tire in the back. Had to go like 10 miles an hour the whole way. That's my main advice to people is just, stuff happens, don't freak out. Try not to freak out, Use your head and you should be fine. Luckily I live close to work, of course. I was able to get it to re-bead without taking the tire completely off like I did on the front, but see how it holds up. I think I just made a mistake of not checking the air pressure every time I ride. You should always check the air pressure in your tires every single time you ride, and that will likely prevent you from getting a flat tire or it coming off the bead in the first place. At least in my opinion, I'm not an expert. But it's a pretty beautiful evening here. Got my King Kabob from King Kabob Mediterranean, and I'll go grab me a beer at the mini mart near my house. But I figured this would be a good chance to take a ride. My battery has been kind of giving me starting issues all week. So I figured I need to get a good ride in. Last Sunday I just stayed home all day and I didn't actually leave the house and start the bike up. So sometimes it'll run your battery low on these little motorcycle batteries. I'm not really sure what happened with this thing, but I was able to get it started every time. I did make a change of seal on the carburetor, but sometimes even making little adjustments on these bikes, really can affect a lot of things greatly. So whatever, might have to make some adjustments on the car because it was a thinner seal as far as its width and stuff. But other than that, this thing's been running like a champ, honestly. It's really running really good right now. Getting some really good acceleration, good gas mileage. I'm actually using the fourth gear. It never works like that. But I did change the spark plug. Fourth gear is kind of throaty right now. Shoot, might have to start using it more. Anyway, yeah, Halloween. As you can see, I'm dressed up as a motorcyclist. Unfortunately, all the usual festivities are off because of the coronavirus pandemic. Thanks, Trump. Personally, I hope that he is done by the Tuesday next week. I took the election off myself, just in case, they're boarding up businesses and closing down streets. And it's very tense, I think. But I will be staying my butt home. I'm staying my black butt home. take me a few days off. Breathed some I-Ching yesterday. Full moon, so good occasion to do so. And it was really kind of talking about replenishing was the hexagram that I got. At least that's how it's translated in the translation I have. And it kind of mentioned like, yeah, it's time to, basically replenishing is like, the well is very central to a farm, especially country folks. You got to have the well. And the well is the lifeblood of a community. And it's what replenishes the people who work the land in the community, is replenished from the well. And myself personally, I need a little bit of replenishing. And America needs some replenishing from Donald Trump and this coronavirus, because he's basically poisoned the well. That is America. And so, hope of hopes. Joe Biden will win Tuesday. It's going to be tough for him to win electoral victory, in my opinion. Personally, I feel Trump is going to win the majority of the states that he won in 2016. I really don't see many of them flipping. So I believe that Joe Biden will be able to flip Pennsylvania because it's his home state. I think maybe just because I'm from Michigan, he'll flip Michigan and maybe take all of Maine's votes. If that happens, it'll actually be a tie if the rest of the states remain like they were in 2016. But hope of hope, he'll actually flip one of the other states that their hope of hopes is going to flip, but I see as very much long shots. They've been solidly red for a long time. I don't see any reason why they're going to, all of a sudden flip now. Especially as hardcore, some chocolate slide, as the Trumpsters are. If we're lucky, enough of them will just stay home or vote for Reagan like the governor of Maryland did instead. But replenishing, and then I-Ching doesn't always just give you one. So I got one that turned into another, and that one was basically like, it's once a new leader comes in, he's got to get rid of the old way of doing things. Like, the principle of doing what's right for the country is the same, but the people got to change, and the people in the government got to change, especially all these Trump lackeys that are in there. You definitely need to get rid of those jokers. Very interesting to get that I-Ching back, as I was meditating on the coming months and coming weeks, coming up to the end of the 2020. It's been one rotten ass year for most of us, whether as a nation or globally, and we've really had to sit down and think about what we are doing as a society, and really, sit back and take note and kind of see what are we doing, as a society, what we're doing as individuals, Where are we going as a country? Are we going to be a country of totalitarianism? Is that somehow beneficial? Like, people want totalitarianism over just equality for all. I don't get it myself. It seems absolutely, crazy to me, but I guess it makes sense to some people. I was reading that, the animosity between Democrats and Republicans in the United States is at an all-time fever pitch. It's actually turned into hate. Like, and we're actually like starting to discriminate against each other based on our political ideologies in this country in a way that we really kind of never really have before. But I mean, personally, I understand because there's really no middle ground between abortion and no abortion. I mean, it really, it's like, come on. There's no middle ground between suffrage for African Americans and no suffrage for African Americans. Hey, you want to go to the dog whistle platinum plan, you can go ahead, but I need something that's going to help me and my family members today. Make up for the losses that we suffered from slavery. And saying that we got to want it, well, yeah, we want reparations. So get it done. Whoever is in power, Joe Biden or the Trump administration, whatever plan you're making, if it don't have reparations in it, we don't want it. I'll tell you that right now. And when people want to say it's free money, what the reality is, after slavery was ended, slave masters were compensated for the loss of their slaves by the government. And slaves should have been compensated for their free labor by the government as well, but they weren't. And therefore, now they have to compensate their descendants, modern African Americans. And it's going to cost a lot more money because there's a lot more of us now than there were back then. So that was a mistake of our forefathers. And they're going to have to, America, same country that was around back then, is going to have to make up for those lost wages. I'm sorry. In a sincere manner. We want to hear people complaining about it. But I know America can't do that until America, all of it, not just the Democrat side and liberal people, admit that there was something wrong with America in the first place. And then bring down the reparations. Personally, I feel like it's going to cost at least $4 trillion to do it. I know it's a big number, but the effects of slavery were more expensive for African American community. What are y'all doing? That's all I have to say for today, guys. If you haven't voted yet, go vote in person, because it's too late to do it by mail now in most states. And go Joe Biden. Hope the I Ching was right. And it's time for a change. It's time to replenish America. It can't keep being depleted like it is right now under the Trump administration. There won't be nothing left to replenish. The guys poisoned the well, and it's time for us to, dig a new well and replenish our society, and make a brand new society that's going to be, 2020 going forward. Either way, even if Trump does win, the Republican Party as it is kaput. And the demographic apocalypse that they're facing is assured now. So, they may be trading 2021, 2020 for, 2030 on. And that's, pretty foolish when it comes to strategy and tactics. So please be safe, guys. Wear PPE. The coronavirus is on an uptick, on a surge in most of the United States, so please don't let your guard down. Things here have kind of been on a steady level. There's been a little bit of resurgence here in this last week. We probably won't know about the Dodger celebrations probably till another couple weeks or so. I'm assuming there's going to be a surge, because I've seen a lot of people congregating even in my neighborhood, unfortunately, at gatherings to watch the game, which is pretty foolish. So please be safe, guys. Ride safe. Talk to you guys next time. Elijah out.